So I've got to tell you a story really quick. I knew this guy once, and he had a really strict goal of how much body fat that he wanted to lose. It was about 12 to 15 pounds. Gave himself 12 weeks to do it. In the course of doing it, changed jobs from a sedentary job to a really physically active job. And on top of that, was constantly dropping calories, even when he didn't need to, just because he wanted to reach that goal. And over the course of the 12 weeks, he was starving a lot, hungry like all the time, started eating in unhealthy ways, saving up calories and eating almost all of his calories from just ice cream. And then he attempted to recover just in time for a vacation. And on that vacation, because of the mental strain of constantly be tracking your food, trying to eat little and little and little, and then even coming off of that, trying to maintain weight, being discouraged, seeing the scale go up like 2 or 3 pounds, assuming that it's all body fat. So we went on a vacation a few weeks after he finished dieting. Pretty much ate whatever he want for the most part, maybe a few times, tried to use self-control, but really didn't care. Drank a ton of coffee with a lot of creamer because, well, now he could. So after this whole trip, which was almost a week and a half, he got back and stepped on a scale. It was the same weight that he had started at before his diet. All progress lost, completely reversed. Another cliche moment where I say the guy that I knew is actually me, making a whole series of poor decisions that led me to that point. And I don't want you to do the same thing. There's so many people who have goals to get to for a vacation. I think about lots of people who are trying to lose a bunch of weight, look really good when they go on a trip, because they want to fit into a certain bathing suit. They want to look good for whatever trip they're going to. But I get that sentiment, you want to look your best when you're going to be in a place where you're possibly going to be swimming. So I understand that sentiment, but this trip I'm really struck with the fact that can be short-sighted thinking. And I'm not putting myself beyond that, because I've done the same thing. And for this trip in particular, I did it as well, because I did a diet like about 2 months ago, and I thought, oh, well, that'll be perfect. I'll look a little bit leaner when we go. But what I'm struck with is that what that can do to you is that depending on how long you're dieting, again, your metabolism is going to slow down. You're eating less, your hunger is going to be going up. All of these signals which you don't want on a vacation, because what is it that you want? Do you want to be able to go on a trip, be lean, look good, but then your hunger's through the roof? You've slowed your metabolism down, and then you are on this trip where there's all this food, most likely, or you're eating out. You can't be tracking your food as accurately, even if you are tracking. And I would imagine most people are not going to be tracking. And now you've kind of screwed yourself over for the future, because you're probably going to gain a ton of that weight back, potentially even more. At a minimum, you're going to gain a little bit back, at least a few pounds. So what I'm struck with is long-term thinking is to approach a vacation and say, I'm going to try and get my calories as high as I possibly can by training, by progressive overload, by slowly pushing my calories up systematically, so that you can get to the point where when you're on the trip, you don't have to worry about as much. Your hunger's not as bad. You can say no to the things that you really don't really want that much, and you can much more easily manage your weight throughout the trip. And you come back, and I think that you'll be really surprised. So I want to encourage you that if there's anything you walk away with, it's to remember that fitness, health, and weight management is a long-term strategy. We want short-term results because everybody does. We want it. We want what we want it now. In the long run, it's going to shortchange you, and it could stab you in the back. So approach it with a long-term strategy, long-term thinking. Use your workouts to train your body to use calories. Don't use workouts to just try and burn calories. So when I say train, I want you to do resistance training in a healthy amount, 2 to 3 times a week. Make sure you're recovered. Don't do excessive cardio. Cardio will backfire if that's all that you're using in order to get lean. As you build muscle and eat at maintenance or slightly above, and then intentionally try to eat a tiny bit more. I'm not talking a lot, but over time, as you intentionally do that, you will train your body to use more calories. Your muscle is metabolically expensive, and it's going to be your friend for all of your goals now and even into old age. Because a lot of the health problems that can result in old age is because you don't have enough muscle mass on your body. So I know we want results now, but think long term. And add more muscle to your frame by using the 5 ways to build your physique in less time right up over here. It's a part of a playlist that's gonna help you transform yourself now and all of the steps that you need to know. Don't forget to like and subscribe and tap the notification bell as well so you don't miss the upcoming videos. And as always, be intentional, bring the intensity, and I can't wait to see you on the next video.